Hey guys,
welcome back to Plant Related, where we talk about all things related to plants here with my sister Eileen.
And my brother Carlos.
And today we're talking about one of my absolute favorite plants, the Peperomia Frost, also known as
Peperomia Caperata.
So now before we get started, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like if you find it helpful. But now that we got that out of the way, should we get started?
Without further ado, let's get into the Peperomias. So the defining characteristic of this plant, I would say, is the ripples in the leaves right here that you can spot in all of these. Excuse my reach here, including this big guy right here.
Yeah, so Caperata as a whole is, exactly like you said, known for the ripples in its leaves. They're known for having these almost like heart-shaped watermelon leaves and having these really small, compact growth and the dark veins on them. We just give a really quick summary of what we're going to go through. We're going to first talk about the soil type that it works best for these types of plants, and then we're going to talk about the light requirement and the water requirement.
We'll briefly touch on propagation.
So Dalen, why don't you kick us off with soil type? What type of soil do you typically use for your Peperomia Frost?
Oh, I would amend the soil with a perlite or pumice or something like that, and some orchid bark. Really make it really grainy, chunky, fluffy, whatever you want to call it.
We love
but a
chunky
very
soil.
light. Peperomia love a well-draining soil, which looks like that's where your Peperomia lives as well.
Yes, definitely. So I got this one as a gift, so I haven't repotted it myself, but it's done really well, especially also being in a terracotta pot, and so it can also drain more easily. But I would say Peperomias are semi-succulent, so they do like to dry out between waterings. Probably one of the easiest way to kill a Peperomia is to have soil that retains water for too long.
So on to the watering, which kind of goes right along with soil amendments. Obviously, I personally let my Peperomia dry all the way through.
Yeah, I totally agree with these being semi-succulents. You definitely want to let them dry all the way through, especially if you have them in a small nursery pot like these ones. I would say let the first 2 inches or so of soil, so anything that you can feel should be dry. With these ones, you can feel probably the whole soil, so you should probably let it dry the whole way through. Another really great way to check if your Peperomia needs watering is to feel the leaves. Peperomias are known for retaining water in their leaves. If they're feeling a little softer, easy to fold, it's time to water. If they're feeling plump and really just stiffer in general, then you know that they've got too much water in there. They don't need no more water. Now let's talk lighting.
I used to have this probably 3 feet from a south-facing window that had some awning coverage, so no direct light, and now I have it probably 4 feet from a west-facing window.
The Peperomias are really easy to care for. They're not too finicky. They can take low light situations. The one difference is you'll get smaller leaves, and they're just not going to grow as fast. They won't need as much water.
I thought she was as young.
Yeah, both. They'll definitely have smaller leaves when they're young, and also their leaves are gonna be smaller if they get less light, and that goes for most plants. They're also not gonna be as bushy, but they can definitely live and be totally fine in lower light.
So now on to propagation. You can propagate these from stem or from leaf.
Just find a healthy leaf that you can trim, and you can propagate it right in water. Don't feel bad if some of them do rot, because I will say not all of them take, but just take a couple of healthy leaves and put them in water so you can actually see what's happening. And you'll start seeing roots grow.
Some of my leaves and stems into crop boxes with sphagnum moss. So I'll have to give you guys an update on how that pans out. They really haven't done anything yet, so I'll let you guys know if they rot or if we're successful. Well, that's it for Peperomia care.
Just remember, when it comes to soil, you want something that's well draining. If the soil is not drying out within 2 weeks or so, then you definitely want to change the soil into something that drains quicker.
100%.
When it comes to light, you can give it high light indoors, but it will survive in lower light, so you'll just have to adjust your watering based on that. And then watering.
When it comes to hugging, just don't be too smothered.
so you can hug it.
The leaves are gentle.
You guys, thank you so much for watching Plant Related here with my sister Aileen.
And my brother Carlos.
And let us know, what's your favorite peperomia? Do you love the frost as much as
Do
we
you
do?
take care of it differently? Have you propagated it a different way that we didn't talk about?
And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye guys!